Hi, Sophie here, taking you through a diamond pyramid workout today. So we have 3 exercises and we're going to be doing those in reps of 12, 10, 8, 10, 12. So I'm going to be using some different sized weights throughout the workout, but you can make it as challenging or as easy as you like by perhaps sticking to the one weight or changing as I do. Let me show you what you're going to need. A chair is always handy for balance. We do have some single leg stuff today, so you may want to use a chair, a wall, or even a kitchen bench if it's nearby. As I mentioned, we've got some different size weights that I'm going to be using today. I have a 5 kilo set, a 4 kilo set, and a 2.5 kilo set. Now, if you're just starting out, you may want to start with maybe 1.5 or even a half kilo. You could go to your kitchen cupboard, grab yourself some cans, maybe some water bottles, fill them with water, sand, rice, whatever you've got laying around the house. And I'm also going to be using a fit ball for the push-ups today. If you don't have a fit ball, one of these, then you can always use the ground for your push-ups. And you can also use a wall. If you are just starting out, the wall is probably the easier ones to do. But if you're all warmed up, let's get started. First exercise is a single leg deadlift row. I'm using the 4 kilo dumbbell. All my weight is in the right foot. And as I tip forward, I've got my left foot just positioned slightly behind me. I'm on the toes of the left foot for a little bit of balance. I'm using the chair for more support as well. And as I tip forward, I do a little row with that left arm. You have the option as well to extend the left leg out behind you. That'll challenge your balance a little bit more. And you can also, if you don't want to lift the leg, you can try taking the hand off the chair and see how you go with that. So a couple of different options for this one. So this first round is 12 repetitions, making sure you keep your back straight as you tip forward from the hips. Abs are in nice and firm. You're working the upper back as you do that row, and the hamstrings and back of the thigh as you do that tip forward. Let's do the other side. So I've spun my chair around, or you can just change weights, change legs. I've got the right foot now behind me. All the weight is in the left foot. Draw the shoulders back and down. As you tip forward, the back stays really straight. You can have a micro bend in the left knee, the standing leg knee. And once you've got the movement, you can then start to challenge yourself by either taking your hand off the chair or extending the right leg out behind you. So the weight is like a dead weight as you tip forward, and really engaging through the back body as you pull that arm, pull that elbow back, almost like you're starting a lawnmower. You've got 2 more to go. And last one. Exercise number 2. We have push-ups. So if you're just starting out, as I showed you at the beginning of the video, you may like to use the wall, or if you don't have a ball, remember you can always do your push-ups on the floor. Now with your positioning on the ball, just bear in mind that you don't want to be so far off the edge of the ball that your back dips or sways in the middle. I like to have my thighs on the ball for the fitness level where I'm at right now. And as you're coming down and up, just watch you don't drift backwards like this. You want to keep your chest right above your hands. Your eye level should be focused on a spot just in front of your hands, so that you don't let the head drop like this between the arms. You want to aim to keep your body in one straight line from the crown of the head all the way through to the feet, and just bring the chest to where you can. You may not be able to come all the way to the floor to begin with, maybe just halfway, and as you get stronger, you'll be able to increase your range of movement. You're going to place that ball off to the side, ready for our third exercise, where you'll need your 2.5 kilo dumbbells. Position your feet so that they're hip width apart. Your palms are by your side, facing in towards the body. I'm going to squat and then rise onto the toes for a calf raise and bicep curl. So a nice little full body combination. As you squat down, you want to make sure your back stays straight and you're sitting your butt back towards your heels. So not just tipping the chest forward when you do that squat, it's like you're sitting back into a chair, or even if you can imagine putting some groceries down onto the ground. And as you rise onto the toes, you'll find your balance and do that bicep curl. If you struggle with your balance, finding a still spot on the wall or the floor in front of you can help, or even position yourself close to a wall or your chair to give you a little bit of extra support. We go back now to exercise number 1. We have 10 repetitions for this round. So I'm going to take my 4 kilo weight again. Core muscles are switched on. The dumbbell's in my left hand, but all of my body weight is in the right leg. My left foot's just behind, I'm on the toes to give me a little bit of extra balance. And I tip forward, hinging from the hips, keeping my back nice and straight. And I can feel this already. Using that chair for support, but remember you have the option to take the hand away if you're feeling like you've got it, like you're nailing it. And then your extra, more advanced option is to start to take that leg up behind you, that left leg out behind you to challenge your balance more. Remember to keep that micro bend in your right knee. Last one, and let's change sides. Always a good idea to have the chair nearby, even if you're not using it. Dumbbell in the right hand, and all my body weight is in the left leg this time. So we tip forward, row, and rise. Hinging forward from the hips, and it's really important that when you do tip forward that you keep your chest open and proud. Oh, try the balance, not working for me today. Working through hamstring, the buttocks, the glute muscles, and a little bit of lower back. So if you're feeling a lot of lower back, any pain in your lower back, you may not want to tip as far forward. Make your range smaller, or even use lighter weights for this one. Exercise number 2, 10 repetitions of our push-ups. So use the wall, the floor, or if you have one, the ball. So rolling out to a position where you can maintain a straight, long spine, drawing the abs in and keeping your chest above the hands as you come down and up. Now remember, if you start to fatigue, you can always shorten your range. So you can just do a little half bend with the elbows. Otherwise, the position of those arms, our elbows are bending out into about a 45 to 90 degree angle. Last one. And roll back. Third exercise of 10 repetitions. So you can stick with the 2.5 kilos, or I'm going to go for the 4 kilo dumbbells for our squat, calf rise, bicep curl combination. Remember, with your squat, you're keeping your weight back into your heels. So it's like you're setting down those grocery bags as you squat down. And it's quite a challenge, not only for the arms, for the biceps to do that curl, but also for your balance and for your ankle stabilizers with that heavier weight. And we've just passed halfway, so there's 4 to go. Make sure you breathe. 3, 2, we squat, calf rise, curl. This is it, last one. Yes, well done. Moving on now to 8 repetitions. I'm going to try the 5 kilo dumbbell. Full of confidence. So you'll position the weight in your left hand or your body weight in the right leg. And it's that deadlift, row, and rise. Now just bear in mind the difference between a squat and a deadlift. When you do a squat, your butt goes down towards the ground. However, when you do your deadlift, you tip forward and your butt goes towards the back of the room, really sticking out your chest and your booty. Oh, I can feel these. Last one. Let's change to the other side. Don't forget that chair, just in case you need it. Core muscles switched on, dumbbell in the right hand, body weight in the left leg. We tip forward, row, and rise. Deadlift, row, and rise with a smile. Option to take your hand off the chair, or even if you want to make the exercise more advanced, you can take your right leg just out the back off the floor. Now, if you're feeling any discomfort through the lower back, remember you don't have to go full range. You can just go halfway forward, or even lightening your weight using maybe the 2.5 kilos can help with that. Time for your 8 push-ups now. If you were doing your push-ups on the floor on your knees, perhaps you'd like to try up onto your toes. And if you're using the ball, normally I come out to just on my thighs. I'm going to go a little bit further onto my knees and shins this time. So the more of my body off the ball, the heavier the push-up becomes, the more intense the exercise is. Oh, I can feel that. There's just 4 more. Breathe out on the way up. 3, 2, oh, last one. And we are moving on now to our squat, calf raise, and bicep curl. You can have a little rest on that ball. Pause the video if you need. And let's go for gold and use the heavier dumbbells, the 5 kilos for this one, if you want that extra challenge. So we squat, calf raise, and bicep curl. Whoa. That is a huge difference. Just 1 kilo in each arm. I'm glad there's only 8. Use that breath. Remember that posture. Straight back, navel to your spine. Weight goes into your heels as you squat. Rise onto the balls of the toes. And last one. Yeah. Fantastic. Moving on to round 4. I'm going to go back to the 4 kilo weight for our single leg deadlift row. Dumbbell in your left hand, all the body weight into your right leg. Core switched on as you tip forward, row and rise. Chest out, booty out, but navel to your spine. Constantly thinking of the importance of that posture to help execute each movement with control and precision. Staying focused throughout your workout helps prevent injury, but also helps with the effectiveness of the exercise. Just another 3 to go. And 2. Let's row that arm, pull the elbow back, and changing sides. I've gone without the chair for this round, and I encourage you to listen to your body and know your own limitations. This is round 4, and we still have 1 more round to go. So with so many repetitions of each exercise, the body can become fatigued. So I invite you to pause the video, take breaks whenever you need, or use that chair, use the wall for extra support. You can also lessen your range, so only tip forward halfway, and even lighten your weights back down to the 2.5 kilos until you get stronger. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Amazing. Push-up time. And we have a set of 10. Remember, you can do your push-ups on the wall, on the floor, or over that ball. Wipe your sweat and let's go. Chest above the hands, navel to your spine. Let's do it. Remember to breathe. I like to breathe out as I push away from the floor. This is what you can call the exertion phase or the working phase of the exercise. And push-ups don't just use your chest, as I'm sure you can feel. It's a lot of abdominal, a lot of core work here as well. And last one. Let's roll that ball off to the side, getting ready for your squat calf raise bicep curl combination. And I'm going to use the 5 kilo dumbbells again for this one. So shoulders back and down, feet hip width apart. We squat, calf raise, bicep curl. And again, squat, calf raise, bicep curl. Just become aware of the position of the knees as you're doing your squat. Quite often, the knees can either splay out to the sides or knock in together. And you want to keep the knees roughly in line with the toes, so the knees are pointing forwards as you squat down. Weight back in your heels and knees point to the front of the room, not out to the sides or rolling in together. Let's do 2 more. Those bicep curls are getting really heavy now. Last one. Yes. We're on the home stretch. Moving back to 12 repetitions. I'm going to grab the 4 kilo dumbbell for the deadlift row. And I'm going to use the chair for this one because I'm going to attempt to do the leg extension out the back. So making the exercise more advanced, draw the navel to the spine, tip forward, row, and rise. That leg lift out the back is optional. Remember, as you do these, it's chest out, booty out. And boy, oh boy, that leg extension, you really feel it through that standing leg, the working leg, my right leg, hamstring and bottom is really engaging simply by lifting that foot off the floor. I'm going to try my hand off the chair as well. Look, mum, no hands. What? And that's about as far as my balance goes. Now, if you have decided to lift that leg, be careful you don't lift it too high. Shouldn't go higher than your bottom. Last 2. And this is your last one. Oh, yowzers. Give that leg a little bit of a pat, a little bit of a massage, and changing sides. Dumbbell in your right hand, body weight in the left leg, micro bend in that left knee. If you attempted the leg extension on the other side, try it on this side as well. You might find your balance is more challenging from one side to the other, so that's why the chair is important to have on standby. Extra challenge to take your hand off the chair for 1 or 2 or all of the repetitions. And you want to avoid lifting that leg too high, no higher than your bottom. That'll help with your balance, but also keeping the alignment of the body. Remember your options. If you're not lifting the leg, you don't have to tip as far forward, and you can also lighten your weights. Just 2 more to go. Stay strong through that body. Last one. Yes. Last round of push-ups. Popping your chair and your weight off to the side, and you can grab your ball, have a little rest on the way if you need. For this final set, I'm going to take you through some tips and hints on how to choose either the right size weight or the right level of intensity that you should be working at. We're doing 12 repetitions this time. I'm on my thighs, and here on my thighs, I can comfortably complete 8 repetitions. It's when I get up to the last 4 that it's quite a challenge, maybe even a struggle to get those last couple of repetitions out. If you find that you can comfortably complete and easily complete all 12 repetitions, then on the next time you do this video, try walking just a fraction forward like this and see how you go with that. Reassess. Same thing with your weights. If you found that using 2 kilo dumbbells during your deadlift row and it was easy the whole way, then challenge yourself, go up by maybe 1/2 to 2 kilos and then reassess. So I was really challenged on that last set of 12 with the heavier weights. Because we're doing more repetitions this time, I've gone for the 4 kilos for our squat calf raise bicep curl combination. Navel to spine, weight into your heels as you do that squat, keeping your back straight, your chest proud. Avoid swinging those arms, curl with control. And we just have 6 more repetitions before we are completely finished. Here's 5. Keeping it strong, come on. 4. Make sure you breathe. 3. Last 2. Let me see you smile. And this is your last one. Absolutely unreal. 5 intense rounds of a full body resistance workout. Shake it off. You've earned a stretch. You want to hold each stretch for about 10 to 15 seconds. This will work through your lower back and backs of the thighs. If you can't reach your toes, bend your knees. Hands behind your head and cross one leg over the other. You're letting your knees go to one side, and this will stretch through your spine, nice spine twist, and also through the chest and shoulders. Happy baby is where you take hold of the outsides of your feet and bring your knees towards your armpits. Try and keep your tailbone on the ground, and that'll stretch through your lower back and your groin. And lastly, you'll sit up with your hands under your thighs, lean back and spread your shoulders wide. Thanks so much for joining me today. See you next time.